What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life and TV. I am Poetry. You are here for the season finale of This Is Us. Say it with me. Adrianix. Is that how you pronounce it? I think that's the title. The Benches, y'all. The Bench. That's what that is. Well, this is the final episode of this season. It has been a struggle to stay connected, y'all. Y'all know how I feel. They took too many breaks throughout this season, which was kind of shocking to me. I understood the first one. When they had the C-19 happen, they had to take a break. When they had somebody they thought contracted it, they had to take a break, shut down the set. But they had a total of 6 breaks this season. 6 breaks, which made me less interested in this particular year. It started off so good. It started off so intense. I had people talking, had people arguing, had me cussing folks out over This Is Us. It started off good. And then with all the breaks in between, it allowed me to start nitpicking on things that I was watching throughout the show. We started off with this particular season primarily being about Randall. Majority of the way things were unfolding was all to Randall's benefit or demise. And then somewhere through mid-season, this became about Kevin. Kate really didn't get much shine. I mean, she had a part to play, but it was really focused on Kevin and his growth in the second half of the season. We kind of got a bit of Miguel's story and Madison's story all wrapped up in an episode, so to speak. Kevin's story, not Kevin, Toby's story and Beth's story kind of played second fiddle to everybody else. That story was still developing, but kind of second fiddle. Tess, of all things, had more presence in the Pearson storyline this year. Deja, she was hit and miss with her. Little Miss Annie, that baby girl don't get no sunshine. She don't even get no lines. She old enough to act. Let the child act. Give her something, Heck, because even baby Jack grew up and we got to see him in his dope. We saw Annie driving a car when she was driving Deja to the house. That's all we saw of Annie. Like, come on, give us something of her. Oh, okay, so my particular thoughts on this season basically summed up in one word: mediocre. That's how I felt about the whole season, mediocre. The season finale, mediocre. That's how I felt about that too. The last 4 minutes of the season finale made the entire hour long worthwhile. Because I honestly could say that I honestly did not care about Kevin and Madison's wedding because I knew Kevin didn't love that woman. And this episode basically said, Poetry Girl, you right. I hate to toot my own horn. I told y'all Kevin has never loved Madison. But one of the things that I was confused about once we opened up this episode was whether or not Madison really loves him. And because they played back the montage of the different clips about what led them to this point. And I was like, well, is Madison just settling too? And then we learned this particular episode that she was indeed settling, but in a different way. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do an extra recap because I didn't take notes. I'm just gonna roll with it. We opened up with Kevin trying to recite his vows, or at least a speech of some sort, right? And he's quoting a line from, I'm not sure what TV show. He quoting a line. My watch. He kept saying it over and over again. It sounds stupid. But he thinks it's gonna be a big hit. Somebody's gonna get it. Everybody gonna catch it, So we start off with that. And from that point on, we realized that everything about to go down here. Remember last recap I said That rain signified that a storm was coming. Baby, did we not know what type of storm it was? The storm came, but it wasn't for who I thought it was. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm getting ahead of myself. I actually liked what happened at the end. I was not upset. I was like, that's what's up. That was a good one. That was a good. We gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. So, Kevin running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He wants everything to be perfect. He needs to prove to himself, and not only himself, everybody else, that this is the right thing to do. He knows what he's doing. He's showing that he's a man that can follow through. So it has to be perfect. Everything must line up. Everything must be in sync. And it's not happening that way. Not at all. Uncle Nicky comes in. Uncle Nicky trying to film everything, trying to capture every moment. And he like, hey, I got a camera guy for that. I got a videographer for that. But Uncle Nicky like, no, you're going to need to remember this stuff. So he's trying to capture all these small moments. He comes in to tell Madison something. Oh, my gosh. I don't remember what it was. Y'all put it in the comment section. I know y'all remember when he came in to tell Madison. And they was kind of chit-chatting back and forth. And Madison tried to give him his out. Like, hey, okay, this is your last time, buddy. If you want to hightail it and run, I'm giving you your opportunity right here. Kevin is like, oh, no. My feet is planted on the ground. I'm right where I want to be. And I'm still saying, you don't love that girl. You don't love her. I'm still saying that. But like I say, for some reason, I don't know what it was. When Uncle Nicky was trying to capture their moment, he was like, no. You're going to want to see this. You don't want to miss this. My brain instantly went to, don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing. I love that song. Now, it had nothing to do with Nicky. But when he kept saying, no, you don't want to miss this. You got to capture these moments. You don't want to look back on this. That song just kept playing in my head. And it made me want to go watch Armageddon because I did play it at Armageddon and I just love it. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing. That is one of my all-time favorite songs, y'all. I'm telling you, the poetry in the words. I just stay awake at night just to see you breathing. It's just the words. The words of that song is okay. It didn't have nothing to do with the TV show, but I love that song, and that's just in my head ever since I watched the episode. I've been singing it. You get a song stuck in your head, you can't let it go. That's what I've been doing. Okay, so everybody is making their way to the venue that Kevin has locked in. Remember, Madison wanted to get married in the big botanical garden. So all the ladies are getting together. All the daughters are going to be the bridesmaids. Because remember, Madison don't have no friends other than Kate. But Tess is in the mood. She looks adorable, hair just pinned back. Not really no big curls or no fancy do or whatever. Simple little makeup, and a little. The bridesmaid dresses wasn't even ugly. Because, usually people have weddings and they make their bridesmaids dresses hella ugly, right? It wasn't even ugly. So I was like, what is her beef now? What is her problem today? Okay. Malik, he FaceTimes in on Deja. And apparently Malik got accepted into 3 big top 4 schools in Pennsylvania. Deja doesn't seem too happy about the fact that Malik got these acceptances. Now, I know Deja is not dumb. She's an intelligent young lady. I'm quite sure she has some offers too. But she did not seem enthused with the fact that he had these offers. And at first I thought it was going to be something along with the baby, with Janelle and the baby mama again that she was tripping off of. But her whole attitude, her whole demeanor, I don't know. Is it her acting? Because I thought Deja was the person who plays Deja was a good actress at first, but something about her she just has a funky ass attitude all the time to me lately. And so, but yeah, she just did not seem happy that her boyfriend got these offers. Bev's trying to big him up like, yeah, he's the bomb, he's the beast, beast mode. And, you know, Tess still sitting over there on closed chest and everything. And so Beth thinks, okay, well, let me go ahead and big up Alex too. Guess who else? You know, my daughter is dating the valedictorian. Da 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 da. Right? You know? And Tess like, yeah, they all right. What is your issue, little girl? What is your issue? We get to her issue later. And matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna get to her issue right now. It's her dress. She says that she just feels like everybody is trying to make her be what their vision of her is. Well, Tess, when you're involved in a wedding, that's exactly what's happening. The bride has a vision of what she wants her wedding to look like. And that she has included you as a part of that wedding, a part of that vision, you are going to look like what she visualizes. This ain't about you. This is Madison's wedding. This is Kevin's wedding. This is not Tess's wedding. If you didn't want to be a part of it, then you should have said something. You got a problem with the dress, then you should have said something. Because I'm quite sure they had 1,000 fittings knowing Kevin. You know, but now you sitting here all closed, chest tight, you just try to make me somebody I don't want to be. Shut the fuck up. That's basically what I want to tell this little girl. You dragging this out just way too much, honey, because everything ain't fucking about you. Okay, but anyway, Beth coddled her motherfucking ass and decided that she was going to make her another dress or make her modify her outfit. And, you know, she came and checked with Kevin to see if he was going to be cool with Madison. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, the bride would be like, nah. But, you know, it never even got back to the bride. Because, again, it is the bride's vision of what she wants this wedding to look like. And, you know, in this particular case, Kevin's vision of what this wedding should look like. So, like, he really didn't even give an answer either. But Beth was like, okay, cool, I'm gone. And she went and modified the dress. Basically, I think she made it a black top and then took some of the pasties out and put them on there. But the bottom still looked the same. She might have changed the bottom of the pants. I'm not sure exactly. And all of a sudden, she put her hair back into a ponytail. Her hair was already pulled back. It just wasn't in a ponytail. It was just loose in the back. But now she put it back into the ponytail. And now all of a sudden, Tess feels like herself. Shut the fuck up. Oh my gosh. No, I have no compassion. None. Not a single solitary bit. I'm so sick of y'all coming into the comment section telling me that you just don't understand what she's going through. No, this has nothing to do with her fucking sexuality. This has everything to do with her fucking entitlement that she feels. Like I can't stand Tess in this moment with this whole interaction. Tess has gotten on my nerves for the last 2 fucking seasons with her fucking attitude. Stay in a damn child's place. All that moping around. You better pick your goddamn face up. Gets on my doggone nerves. Nothing to do with her sexuality. Nothing. Madison wanted her to wear a dress. She wants her to match everybody else. It's a vision that she has for her damn wedding. Fuck her. Oh, let me make sure I consider what Tess is going to think and feel in my wedding. Fuck you. Don't come. That's how I feel about it. Moving on. I don't want to talk about Tess no more. But she happy. Ooh, happy. Okay, so like I said, everything's fucked up. The flowers ain't right. Nikki need a goddamn U-Haul truck to be there because he has designed a wedding gift that they gonna need to carry home in a U-Haul truck. It won't fit in a regular car. Nikki always got some big grandiose idea, you know, for the wedding. Okay, but Vanessa come in and tells Kevin that the altar has fallen down. Another sign. That's just a sign of the, you know, an altar that Madison created. And when I look at that comparison to what's going on in this particular episode, Madison has essentially created this relationship. Okay? Kevin knew Madison liked him. Kevin knew Madison was going to keep those babies. Kevin wants the perfect family. You know what I'm saying? The perfect mother, the perfect wife, somebody who love me dearly, stand by my side, the beautiful mother of my kids. I got 2 kids, a boy and a girl. I got the perfect, you know, family, the perfect American dream. You know what I'm saying? So all they need is a dog. Is it 2.1 kids and a dog? White pickup fence. Kevin got all that. You know what I'm saying? So, But the fact that the altar that Madison built won't withstand. I was like, there we go, right there. This wedding ain't happening. This wedding ain't happening. And at this point, I knew Madison was going to be the one to call off this wedding, because Kevin is so focused on making everything perfect. Okay? So he calls in the boys. They gonna ride to Home Depot. They gonna fix this altar. Toby gonna work with the flowers. You know what I'm saying? Miguel and Nikki, they get to arguing like they always do. You know, back and forth. Nikki trying to tell Miguel how something ain't gonna fit right, and Miguel letting him know, I done this before. I ran a multi-billion-dollar construction company. You know what I'm saying? I could do this. You know what I'm saying? They back and forth, arguing, bickering like old friends. That's pretty much what they did. They bickering like old friends. They probably love each other dearly. But like I said, Vanessa was like, look her, she was trying to call it all off. Like, look, we need something different. It ain't gonna work. But Kevin like, you gonna make it work. You gonna make it happen. You're gonna make it happen now. So while they out here trying to put this doggone altar together, I think we talk about Toby and the job. And he was asking Kevin, you know, he got a job offer. It's gonna take him away from home for at least 3-4 days out the week. He had told Kate about it early, and Kate was like, what the hell? I'm happy you got the job, but wait a minute now. Because then Toby said, you know what, I gotta go to work. I can't stay in this house no more. I can't take it any longer. I need to work. I understand that feeling. He said, I love my kids, but that part right there, when you say the word but, indicates everything that comes before it. When he said, I love my kids, but Kate is like, pause. So she tried to walk away to collect herself, and he's like, wait a minute. She's like, look her, my husband just told me that he wanted to take a job that he only gonna be home 3 days a week, you know, and that he loves our kids, but let me digest it for a second, you know. It was okay in her feelings, and rightfully so. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? And the way that he presented it to her, like, okay, I'm gonna take this job up in San Francisco, you need to quit yours. That's the way he presented it. I thought that he was gonna come up with some type of solution that says, actually, I thought he was gonna say, move to San Francisco. That's what I thought he was going to say to her, which I still think that Kate would have denied that too, because she just found her footing herself. You know, I thought she was going to deny that as well, but that's what I thought was going to come out of Toby's mouth. Randall is dealing with Beth. Let me try to get through this real quick. Randall's dealing with Beth. She wants to hear about his trip to New Orleans. They really ain't talked, and she's feeling all the guilt for all the things that she hid from him. And the way that she presented this too also made me believe that there was more to it than what we even know that she hid from him. She knew who William was. She used to take things to William. He had pictures of Randall, told him to stay away. She probably even knew that Laurel was alive. Shit, that's the way it's making it seem, that she knew that she didn't die. I don't know how she would know, but she knew a lot of, you know, it's possible. That's what the way it was coming across to me. And she finally told me, you know what, you've let me off the hook for a lot of things, you know, and I realized how much pain that I have caused my favorite person, because you're my favorite person. You have a right to be mad, and don't tell God. I'm sorry, I got a message that popped up, and I'm trying to figure out what it was. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Okay, so, you know, he basically broke down and told her about Laurel, the little things that he did know, how it made him feel, how it changed him as a person. And, you know, when she said, you know what, if you see me crying, it's not that I'm jealous or if I'm hurt. It's just that I am remembering all of what I took from you. I think that any child of an adopted family at some point will feel that exact same way. When if they knew they were looking for their parent or parents, and they come to find out that their adopted mother has always known where they are and kept it from them all their lives, even though they know that they've been on a search for them. I think that any adopted child would go through that. Um, I can't think of one situation that the adoptive child did not want to find their biological parent once they knew. I can't think of one situation that the adopted child did not feel betrayed when they found out they were adopted and they had been led to believe that they weren't all their life. I can't recall a situation that's like that. So, yeah, she's telling him, go ahead. Whatever hurt you feel, you have a right to feel it. And don't, sugarcoat it with me. Don't try to hold it back because you don't want to hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I kept things from you and, you had a right to know. And I was wrong, dead ass wrong, plain and simple. We go back to a moment with with Jack and Kate arguing over Dynasty. Man, I remember that episode of Dynasty, the wedding episode, and Jack had the audacity to tape his damn baseball game over her TV show. Now, the tape had big words that said, do not tape over on it, so you ain't got no excuse, Jack. He taped the damn baseball game over her show. A show that she ain't tried to watch all week because she ain't want to know what was going on. You know how I be feeling? A lot of my viewers, for some reason this week, have been putting spoilers in the comment section of other videos. I told y'all before, if y'all been here a long time, and I've told y'all at the beginning of the season, the day I recap it is the day I watch it. I don't want to know any spoilers. Don't tell me what happened in the sneak peek. Don't tell me what happened in the doggone book. Don't tell me what happened in the trailer for next week, or if you watch the entire episode. Don't come onto another video telling me what the fuck happened. That annoys me. I don't want to hear it on the street. I put blockers on Twitter, on Instagram, just so I could try not to get the tea until I watch it myself. And then you have the audacity to come in here and put your baseball game over my doggone show, and now I can't sit. It's not like she could put up the internet back in the day and put on Hulu and play it back. Now she can. I think Dynasty showed on Netflix, is it? And then he had the nerve to spoil it for her. Told her what happened, and then had the nerve to tell her that if the show itself ruined itself, how very, very dare you, Jack Pearson. Dynasty was the bomb, the ultimate soap opera. Primetime drama. Don't play. Don't get me started on you, Jack Pearson. Well, anyway, they was arguing about it, and then all of a sudden they looked around and all the kids were there. Well, the kids just thought that they was finna break up. I say, oh, that's another sign. Somebody breaking up. Somebody breaking up this episode. And the kids wasn't sure if their mom and daddy still loved each other. Do y'all still love each other? Well, if y'all do, y'all need to get married again. Right now. Okay? Jack couldn't even remember this doggone wedding vows, because they trying to show the kids a video of when they got married and all their good times. We love each other, giving all these excuses. Sometimes I think that it is healthy for children to see parents argue. Not fight, not fisticuffs, but argue. Because that way they can also see how you resolve arguments. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no name calling, her pulling or punching, nothing like that. It was just a disagreement, a loud disagreement. I think that sometimes that is healthy. A lot of times we tell our kids, stay out of grown folks' business, or we send the kids to the other room. But how are children going to learn, resolution, conflict resolution, if we're already always pushing them aside and telling them to turn close their eyes, close their eyes, cover your ears, you know what I'm saying? How are they learning conflict resolution? We as a parent should be the first ones teaching them that. Okay, so they got married, they had a little makeshift wedding, the kids, everybody said I do. It was cute. Well, one of the things that I kept saying, I have been saying all this time that Kevin doesn't love Madison. Kevin doesn't love Madison. And like I said, I wasn't sure about what Madison was going through. We got to see some clips of when Madison's mom left Daddy, you know. She said she can't stand that man no more. She can't do it. She got to go, okay? And she left Madison with the man. And he was like, you know, growing up, she had some dates and the dates canceled on her. Decided to go on with other women. And he was like, okay, you can find somebody new. You can just, basically, Daddy was telling her you can settle. Don't expect it to be no sparks and fireworks. You ain't that type of person. You ain't getting that. Just take the crumbs that you can get. That's basically what Daddy was telling her. So while I'm hearing this, I'm thinking, so is Madison again taking the crumbs of Kevin? Yes, she is. She knows that man doesn't love her. She knows that he's only with her because of these babies. But she decided, okay, fine, I'm going to go ahead and go through with this because this is all that I can get. This is all the love that I've been showing. They even showed one of her relationships where the dude decided to break up with her and she's trying to make an excuse for it. He's like, look, we just ain't on the different paths. I don't want to be with you. And she's like, wait a minute, but. He's like, why would you, he said, as a friend, let me tell you as a friend, why would there be any other conversation after I just said what I said? What are we arguing about? I don't want to be with you. There's no but. You know what I'm saying? So over time, as she's sitting here reflecting on Kevin couldn't say the right words for what they 10 years down the road look like, Madison realized, I can't marry this man. So she goes in to talk to him. Let me stop for a second. Malik got accepted to 5 schools, to Harvard. He might be going off to Boston. Deja ain't happy about that. People are leaving around here. Toby decided that, you know, because he had already said, he called and said he wanted to take that job, you know. He's going to take it. So people were leaving around her. But Madison is like, no, this man don't love me. Kate came in, was having a conversation with her. And she was saying something about, she couldn't write her vows. Or she thought she was having trouble writing her vows. And she said she didn't like the way her voice sounded or whatever. I was so mad they couldn't remember Theodore. Alvin, Simon, Theodore. I love Theodore. Don't do Theodore like that, you know what I'm saying? She said her voice sounded like the Alvin and Chipmunks when she speak. So she was worried about, the wrong things according to Kate. And Kate said, when you realize that you want more for this person's life than you want for yourself, then you know that you're making the right decision, that you're marrying the one. And in that moment, she realized that's how she felt about Toby. So she said she's going to make a phone call. I thought she was going to call Toby and say, go ahead and take the job. We'll work it out. No, she called her job and tried to quit. Oh, boy was like, I didn't even like you. I didn't even want to hire you. But you turn things around. You were actually funny. I ain't accepting your resignation. You can't quit. See you later. Bye. See you next tomorrow. Okay, clock in on time. That's basically what he said. So she couldn't quit her job. Toby came out there and tell her, you know what, I'm not going to take the job. She's like, yes, you are. You're going to take it. We're going to work this out. We can do this. Me and you. She said, but I'm not going to quit my job either. I like my job. I like what I'm doing. I just found my footing, so we're going to figure it out. And Toby's like, how we going to make this work? She's like, I don't know, but we're going to do it. Babysitters. Why is, I thought that Baby Jack was going to that school anyway. But there's babysitters. But okay. They said they're going to try to work it out. He's going to spend 3-4 days up in San Francisco. She said, I'd rather spend 3 days a week with you than 8 days a week with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's that Luther Vandross song. I'd rather have bad times with you than good times with someone else. I'd rather be beside you in the storm. Or something, or safe and warm with someone else, something like that. Y'all know Luther song. Y'all tell me the lyrics down in the comment section. Anywho, so they decided that they're gonna work this out. But Madison, no, she's not gonna work it out with Kevin. She told Kevin she can't do this. I can't marry you. Kevin begged and pleaded her. She said, "Do you love me?" He can answer because he don't, and he didn't want to lie to her. I love the way our life looks. I love our children. I love the way you mother our kids. I love, things about you. I care about you, but you didn't tell her that you love her. She said, look, I have been accepting the crumbs all of my life. This is what my daddy pushed into my head. You know what I'm saying? And I can't do it no more. She said, you made me realize that I'm worth more than that. I need to be with somebody who actually loved me for me. I need somebody to love me for me, for me. I was like, you tell him, Madison, I can't marry you. Now, cut scene. Everybody out there consoling Kevin. He's sitting on the Adrianic. That was the gift that Uncle Nicky had bought him with his initials and Madison's initials, embroidered into him. That's easy to fix. Saying that shit out and start over. Anywho, they all sit out there trying to console him. They say Madison is in there with the kids. She all good. Then we cut scene back to Kevin trying to practice them vows again. Still a wedding going on, right? I swear maybe it was just me. When Nikki came down the hallway, I thought Nikki was getting married. I got happy. I was like, Nikki got married. It's 5 years later. This is a time jump. This is where we're going to pick up next season, season 5. This time jump. It's 5 years later. Somebody's getting married. Okay. Nikki running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Kevin trying to recite these vows, and again or this speech or what have you, and he's again using these old corny ass movie lines and shit. Now there was a throwback to the fact that that Toby kept saying a movie line from Tombstone and he said a few of them that Kate got, and she said it was one of the things that I loved about you was the movie lines. So that's what Kevin is doing, the movie lines. I said, this is Kate's wedding. I said it right there. I said, this is Kate's wedding. Kevin is not getting married. But then we cut into the room. He goes into the room to ask permission. Could he say those movie lines? Now, Madison and I already tell him that the movie line dude can't show up at their wedding. So I knew this wasn't them. I knew it. And, she was all fun games. And I said, they good. They try to trick y'all to make y'all think that they still getting married. But Madison was in there with Beth. And who wasn't around? Kate wasn't. I said, Kate getting married. Kate getting married. And Kate stepped out looking all lovely and gorgeous and stuff. And she was like, okay, yes, you can do the movie lines. It got to be, because this is the last time I'm doing this. I said, well, wait a minute, is Toby and Kate renewing their vows? No, ma'am, Pam. No, ma'am, Pam. The instructor at the School for the Blind. That's who Kate is marrying. And I was happy about it. It's not that I don't want her to be with Toby. However, because I think that Toby should pursue the job. He's miserable. Everybody can't be at home with their kids. Y'all see how there's a lot of us out here in the C19 world who had to be at home with their kids 24/7 and realize this ain't what I want. I need to be working. I need to be doing something. That was Toby. I cannot knock him for that. I can't knock him for that. It's a lot of people who fed up being around their kids all the doggone time. I can't knock him for that. I have a cousin that left all 7 of her damn kids. Left them with my doggone cousin. Well, my cousin was the one that was, she's still my cousin. Yeah, she left them. She said this wasn't life. They was like teenagers at the point when she left, maybe, or preteens. She was like, I never wanted to have kids. And she left. Some people do that. So I really don't knock Toby. But I'm happy Kate found somebody that appreciate her, to see her for who she is. Yes, indeed. I like that twist. I may be missing something, y'all, but my video was already 33 minutes long, and I only get 33, really. Y'all have a good one. This has been This Is Us Recap and Review, the season finale. See y'all next season for the final one. Talk to you again soon. Peace.